Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Monday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Got a man rant coming this morning. Nick Geddes is going to love because he always loves my old man rants. Nick Geddes from On3 Sports joining me here. What is that, a Knights hat? What is that?
No, this is the, what is it, the Pelican Golf Club? Not the Pelican Golf Club, I'm so sorry. That's the one here in Clearwater.
Yeah.
What is it called? The Palm. The Palm in West Palm Beach. No. This is a full course, but it's one of those like places that you can go and you can literally hang out for like the entire day and like do a million things. Great place in West Palm.
Interesting. Yeah, they have a public course down there. They put like $40 million into, and it's like a executive course. I think because there are some par fours. It's like right on the ocean, like you said. We got a lot of different things there in the business of golf, and I love it. They're putting in a pop stroke in Windermere.
I've never made it to pop stroke.
Orlando, man.
I've never made it. And I think it.
I haven't either. I haven't played. Anybody played pop stroke?
I think it has to do with the pop stroke.
Like,
Pop stroke is all in that Wesley Chapel exit. And
yeah.
If anybody like the only time you're going to go over there is on the weekend, and going to a weekend to that exit is very brutal.
Yeah, because you got the outlet going in the Windermere area, so might check that one out. But I hear it's like $30 to play.
It's $30.
$30 to play.
I understand that you can like drink and everything while you're like.
So you get the whole experience. It's like the whole experience, right? No, I'll try it. Everything's freaking expensive. It's ridiculous. Everything is so ridiculous. And Tampa voted the second most expensive. Like 10 years ago was like one of the cheapest. Now it's the most expensive. Second most. It's insane. I walk by because I sure as hell won't go in. Chill Brothers ice cream. You have Chill Brothers? Mm-hmm. Well, evidently it comes with a $6.50, and that, if you want a cone, it's an extra $1.50. $7.50 before taxes and tip. Of course, you're going to have to get the turnaround tip because somebody scooped your ice cream. This wasn't even the old man rant I was going on with, but here we go.
I was going to say this is an aside.
That's for a single. You want a double? $8.50 plus the cone. You want a triple? $9.50 plus the cone. You want a step with the turnaround? $13 for an ice cream cone. What the hell is going on here? I thought Trump was going to fix this shit. He did. He fixed my gas, but he didn't fix my ice cream, evidently. But anyway, might take a little bit longer. But so we wonderful program. They changed the whole format. They changed the whole freaking format. So just when I figure out how to do half the shit on here, we're just going to change the whole format. Just make it look different. It's like, is it functioning better? No. So now you just have symbols and then change everything around. So you got to go find shit again. As far as I know, it's not functioning any better. It's a good program, but like why? Like what is the need when we finally learn how to do something? We got to switch it around. It's just not. It's not cool. It is not cool. John Hill says the audio is choppy. Is that you or me?
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out what the problem is here because it's one of those things where it sounds good like in my ears and everything, but I'm trying to figure out what y'all are experiencing. So
YouTube is experiencing sound issues today.
Yeah, I'm on the case here. So
StreamYard changed everything. So Danny, go on Twitter, please. maybe step out into the office and check the Twitter feed and YouTube and see if there's any difference. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. This is how we do this. Producing on air. So is it okay, guys? Is it okay, or is it too bad? Maybe you can always go to fanstreamsports.com. I think that's a YouTube feed though. But so check that out. Sorry, guys. It's not our fault this morning. I'm pretty sure. Rick says Trump fixed the Red Sox. Yeah. Well, it ain't. Nope. Not happening from Trump. Anyway. All right. So we got Jason Romano, XL Sports, former Rays infielder and outfielder, will join us from the All-Star festivities. Of course, his client, Kyle Tucker, in the All-Star game. He's got a few clients in the All-Star game. XL agent for XL management. They had a lot of the big baseball players. He had one of his guys drafted, Yost, kid out of Sickles. So we'll talk to him about the draft and all things baseball in the All-Star game. And Junior Caminero at the Home Run Derby tonight. I'm going to be watching with anticipation, obviously, but I can't lie to you. I don't like it. I would love to see other guys in the Home Run Derby. I'm scared to death that this is going to F up his swing, and we're going to get a Randy Arozarena second half of crap like happened to him at the All-Star at the Home Run Derby. I'm concerned. I'm not going to lie. I'm concerned. But yeah, I'll be watching with.
Yeah, I could do without Junior Caminero in the All-Star. In fact, I could do without the Rays, like anybody doing anything baseball related for like the next for like the entire week. Like I would prefer like none of the players even show up to the All-Star game. Like I just want everybody to forget.
Well, maybe he'll go to the All-Star game and get some good juju and get some of that stank off him. Get some of the Rays stank off him. Like they might make him shower 3 or 4 times before he walks into the All-Star locker room with this freaking this isn't even a slump at this point. It's just an absolute disaster. But I will say this about the Rays, and I kind of wanted to get into this as my semi-monologue here this morning, guys. I know the numbers are ugly. Swept by the Red Sox. It doesn't look pretty in a lot of different ways. But it's also, at least to me, 90% injury and bullpen related, which I think both of those things can get fixed. And say, I was right. I was right. This is an 80-win team. That's what I said before the year, right? I said this is an 80-win team, 80 to 83, somewhere in there. It'll be around 500. I would love to come in here and just say, as you guys know, I love when I'm right, and I tell you all the time. I sometimes mention when I'm wrong. But I don't think that. I'm trying to be objective about this, and I think this. But a lot of these guys have a really good track record, and one thing I know is guys slump. These things happen. These slumps happen. Teams go into these tailspins. And just look at the Dodgers. They lost 7 in a row. It happens to the best teams in baseball. It's the game. And you lose a little confidence, just a shred of confidence. And the other team's on a high, like the Red Sox. I mean, you won 6, 7 in a row, and now they're 10 in a row going into the All-Star break. Crazy. I mean, Rafaela the dude is just on fire. Another home run yesterday, walked it off on Friday or whatever it was. The dude just destroyed us all weekend long. The number 9 hitter, just unbelievable. Guys just he's on a roll. And we ran into him at the wrong time. I mean, put it into the seats. I mean, you tip your cap. Tip your cap. Fairbanks is a good closer. He's not a great closer. He's not a great closer. I'll give you that. But he's a pretty damn good one. And I think Baker's going to be fine as a setup guy. I think they're, eventually, hopefully they'll get to the bullpen. So there's a lot of things they can do. And I would expect Useda and some of these other guys to come back and Kevin Kelly to be good again. They were good. They will be good again. So I think history tells us that these guys with a track record will fix it. We'll fix it. And I just think, there's too much good on this team for it to just completely tank. I think also there needs to be some reassessment. This asinine right-handed lineup. It's just the dumbest thing ever, and it doesn't work. You put all your freaking all-stars on the bench, and it's just not all of them, but it's just stupid. It's stupid. Christopher Morel sucks. Curtis Meade is not a Major League Baseball player. At least not consistently. He shows flashes. But both of these guys, Morel especially, Morel has completely lost it at the plate. He's not a goal-ready lineup. On what was that, on Sunday? I mean, Crochet is a really good pitcher. But that was a joke. That was a joke. I couldn't even, it was just, I actually like watching Crochet pitch. That wind-up is kind of cool, to be honest. And he's real to watch. It's hard to watch. And as I've told you so much, this lineup is thin. And when everybody's healthy, when Bilau's in there, Josh Lowe's in there, everybody's healthy, it looks pretty good. And they can't pitch around him. But you just take Bilau out. Of course, we're not going to put him on the DL. It's just precautionary. And he goes on the DL. How many times? Jesus, this is why you can never believe anything the Rays say about injuries. Anything. So now, and is it 10 days? Is it going to be another team? If they don't get healthy, it's a crap team. If the bullpen doesn't turn it around, but I think they will get healthy. And I think there may be a chance for them to make a move, to get a power-hitting right-handed outfielder. And if those things happen, and I agree, it's the acquisition of the outfielder is a long shot. I think it's got a better chance, a much better chance, because this group would want to make a splash. So, look, I think there's a lot of good stuff left in this team. This pitching is too good to go on a prolonged slump. The bullpen cannot be this bad for the rest of the way. For the most part, they're not getting blown out. They're in all of these games for the most part. So it's just, you look at the team. Chandler Simpson is a weapon. Mangum is a weapon. Caminero is a freaking budding star. Hope to God he doesn't get effed up by this home run derby. Bilau is an all-star. Yandy Diaz probably could have been an all-star. The starting pitching is when he's even helping out. And Hassan Kim hit himself twice on the foot yesterday with foul balls and had to leave the game. So we don't know about him. We need him. But this is, Taylor Walls leads the league in defensive runs saved. And even he booted one to lose him a game in this run. That's not stuff. I know for all of you right now, it's summer. There's nothing else to watch, and you gotta watch these games. And the Braves picked a really bad time to go into a swoon. It's bad. But the All-Star game comes at a really good time. Let's just baseball team. It's a really good baseball team. And with an addition or two, could be a great all-star team or a great baseball team. So let's not completely throw it out just yet. I still think there's hope for the rest of the season. Nick, what do you say? Yes.
There's something I want to do to try to solve the audio issue, if that's all good.
All right.
Real quick, and then we'll come back.
Audio all good. It's still choppy. All right. We'll redo this whole thing. A quick break. We'll come back on the other side and we'll redo this whole thing. I think we have answers for this. I can, we'll figure it out. But we are brought to you by the G's Law Group, JE offices in St. Pete and Tampa. They know the local legal landscape, folks. So make sure you go with a local company, local legal company that can really help you out and will not just make you a number like some of these others. JeevesLawGroup.com, not a spokesman. And the great folks at Onsite Construction, FL.com. Onsite Construction and Restoration can be your contractor. Make sure that you call them now and get to know your contractor before you need them. Get on the preferred client list so that you will have a contractor ready to go if you get any hurricane damage. This is a really, really big deal, and it's a really, really good company. Onsite Construction and Restoration. Get to know your contractor on the preferred client list. All right, back in 3. These audio. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain. Did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 81505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. .com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball. And the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, personal wealth, that's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's do this frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh. Food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricane crash? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and Onsite Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality construction, we use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. with a business partner or other legal business issues, the attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation at Find What a Law Firm Can Be, with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa. JP here for Third Generation AC and Plumbing. And Third Generation really says it all, folks. The owner, my friend John Rodriguez, has been in the AC and plumbing business since 1995. They built their business doing great work on time for a great price. Simple, right? Did you know many AC techs are incentivized on big commissions to sell new AC units, and you might just need a drain cleared? So if you want someone you can trust, that's John Rodriguez. Out the 5-star Google reviews. If you have a plumbing or AC emergency, call 813-961-8024 and a human will answer the phone. That's 813-961-8024. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be, with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Now, our audio issues. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nick?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it coming through?
Yeah, hold on.
Well, hopefully you guys can hear us. Sorry about the. So take you behind the curtain a little bit. StreamYard obviously made some different changes to their platform today, and we're having issues with our audio. So we apologize. Hopefully
we can figure it out. Can you guys hear me now? Is it better? The audio is crystal clear, says Elijah Barrera, so we'll go with this. This was working, so we'll go with this.
Yeah, we should be good now.
Okay. All righty then. Welcome back. So now we can get to your great comments. And Nick, you were going to kind of answer my monologue with your overall thoughts on the Rays, so go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember that it's a 162 game season. We always stress that. And the Rays, what was it, 26-9? They went on that run to get themselves, like a game out of the Yankees. Was that ever sustainable? No. Is 4-14 or whatever it is over the last 18? Is that sustainable? I don't think so either. So
No.
I would like to think that they're going to find a happy medium at some point. There are teams that sort of limp into the All-Star break at times, and you have to keep in mind, this is also part of the schedule where the Rays are playing a lot of games on the road, and we knew this was coming. And this is why at the beginning of the year when they had all those home games and they were struggling to sort of figure out Steinbrenner Field, we were saying this, that, if you don't win some of these games, it's going to come back to bite you maybe later in the season when you're playing majority of your games on the road. And so maybe that's part of it. Maybe the competition. I mean, they ran into the Tigers are the best team in baseball. And you saw in that series, the Tigers did not give the Rays much at all. And then they run into the Red Sox, who are on this 10-game winning streak where they seemingly can do no wrong. But it's just what bothers me is just the continuation issues in the bullpen. And that game on Friday night was such a great example. It's like, the Rays had that lead going to the ninth inning, and the only guy who has really been, you could rely on over the last month or so has been Pete Fairbanks.
Right.
On a pitch where Danny Jansen, you could see Danny Jansen was calling for that pitch to be in the dirt, and it was nowhere near. He basically, hung it up there just enough, and Rafaela, I mean, he's as hot as any hitter in baseball right now, and he took care of that one and won that game. And then obviously in the sixth inning yesterday, Ryan Pepio serves up a 2-run home run to him, and that's it. So Brian Baker, we saw him on Thursday. Brian Baker should have pitched in that game. There is no way Brian Baker, who got traded that morning and had to find his way to Boston, I think got there like right before the game, and in a big moment, Kevin Cash goes to him. I didn't understand that whatsoever.
I didn't either.
I'm not ready to cast judgment necessarily on Brian Baker yet, because I don't think that's been him largely this year in Baltimore. But this bullpen is in bad shape. And I'll tell you what has also started to become an ugly thing for this team is what happened to the offense? What happened to the offensive output? I mean, shutout on Saturday, 1 run yesterday, 4 runs the day before, 3 before that, 3 before that, 2 before that, 1 before that. I mean, that is an awful, awful week of hitting. And beyond that, we saw yesterday, too, they're starting to have mental errors on the base path. I'm not sure what Jonathan Aranda was doing yesterday. I'm not sure what Chandler Simpson even was doing yesterday on the base path. So some issues there that have popped up. The starting pitching, I think, has actually largely stabilized itself. It's a shame they're not getting the wins to show for it. But yeah, it is hard to believe the Rays did all that work to get a game out from the Yankees, and now they sit here today going into the All-Star break, and they're 5.5 back. So, the division seems like something like if it's going to be tough for them, I think, to get back into that. The wild card, they've fallen a game behind, or half out, a game and a half rather, of the Mariners for the third and final wild card spot. So yeah, they have work to do. But yes, like I said, I think if you're a Rays player, I don't want to even think about baseball right now.
Yeah.
They reset in the worst way, and it's come at the best time.
Yeah, and even yesterday, Chandler Simpson not scoring that run when if you saw it, it's 2 outs, ball hit to the outfield, and it looked like the center fielder had caught the ball, and Chandler Simpson, because it was a diving attempt, but the third base coach, Brady Williams, wasn't even looking at Chandler as he came around third base. There's no reason to slow up. That's on Chandler Simpson, but I don't know what Brady Williams was doing either. And then he slows up, and then there's an out at third, and the run doesn't count. Those are when you can't score runs, you just cannot make errors like that. And it seems like everything is happening to this team, and it's every close call is going the other way. But that'll turn around. I really believe that. All right, let's welcome in our good friend, a former first-round pick out of Hillsborough High School, now agent to all the stars. He's up at the All-Star game. He is the great Jason Romano. What's up, Jace? How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I see you
Driving. I got my son in the
driving up.
car.
What's
Yeah.
up? There he is,
Jace.
superstar himself. Next first-round pick.
There
Love
you
it.
go. He knows more about baseball than I do.
All right, well then, just flip the camera over. We'll talk to him.
I hear you.
What's going on with the Rays, Junior? What the hell's happening with this team?
I know. That's baseball. Like you just said, it's going to come and go. They got hot, and they caught everybody. Now they take a backslide. So that's why you play 162 games. I mean, they're going to be in it at the end, but they'll get on another run and catch them. It's going to go down to the end, but they're a good team. They battle. Hopefully they make a couple trades in 2 weeks and make their team a little better. Yeah,
that's what I was just saying. So much of this stuff that's happened to them, they're playing a lot of close ball games, but I do think it's this offense can be good, but you lose one piece like Brandon Lau, and everything's gone to crap, and so it's a little thin, the lineup. I think they need to add a power hitting outfielder. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. There's gonna be some guys out there, so it's just a matter if they want to give up some prospects, but adding somebody like that can definitely change the team back around and give them, that boost they need.
Who's out there, you think?
You got the guy from Baltimore, Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are looking at him. There's probably a few other guys out there. I don't think Miami will trade, Stowers, but he's a big bat right now.
I was talking to we had Smoltzy on the show the other day, and I asked him about Acuna, and he said he could be had, but it's going to have to be a big deal because the Braves are so desperate for starting pitching right now, and the Rays have a little surplus of that. How I would go hard for him if I were the Rays. He's $17 million over the next 3.5 years for a superstar like that is, as you know, dirt cheap.
I mean, if you get a guy like him, I mean, of course you make that trade. It might cost your top 5 prospects, but I mean, he's a superstar and he's got a lot of health concerns, but freakish injuries. But adding that bat to the lineup, he's going to be a 40-40 guy every year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. If he could be had, and I'm not, and Smoltz seems to think they would do it if they got a big haul of starting pitchers. And the Rays have a little bit of a surplus there. I mean, you got to give up something great to get something great. But I would do it. You would too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
To make a run.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to do something to compete in this division. Boston's playing a lot better now. They figured it out. The Blue Jays have figured it out, and now the Yankees are they're gonna make some moves at deadline. So all 3 of those teams are gonna be better. So the Rays are gonna have to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, tell me about your guys at the All-Star game this weekend that you're up there for. Obviously, Kyle Tucker, our hometown guy, having a hell of a year again in a contract year. That's good for the agent, isn't it, too? That's good.
Yeah, it's fun. He's doing great. I mean, loving Chicago, playing well. So, it's happy to be, I think it's his 4th All-Star game now. So we'll see. He's not going to do the home run derby tonight and let the young guys do it.
Nice.
But he's it's gonna be a good event. It's always fun to come out here and watch them. And we had the draft last night. That was pretty cool too. We had 7 guys go to the top 40 picks, our company.
Wow! Holy shit! Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a good draft. One of them was the Jordan Yost kid from Sickles High School here in Tampa. Great kid, great family. I watched him kind of grow up, playing travel ball and everything else. So to get to experience that moment last night with them and the family was pretty awesome.
Where did he go?
What's that? He went 24th to the Tigers.
So the Rays could have picked a very athletic shortstop from here locally, and they took a kid from Georgia instead, right?
Yeah, I think they took I forget the kid, Steele Hall maybe or somebody.
They took Daniel Pierce.
Pierce, yeah. There was like 11 high school shortstops that went like top 50 picks. It was crazy.
Is Yost better than Pierce?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I believe in Yost. The kid struck out like one time in
you say yes?
2 or 3 years of high school. So his hands are great. Yeah, just a really good player.
We're losing Jason a little bit.
Oh, you lost me? How about now?
All right, we've lost your audio a little bit. Hopefully
How about now? You got me
I know
now?
you're driving around there in Atlanta. Jason Romano joining us here from XL Sports. Kyle Tucker's agent.
Can you hear me now?
Is he coming back?
You got me?
Yeah. Well, Nick, Nick, if you want to jump in here, or I can do it myself. Sorry, Jason, we're losing you.
How about
maybe
now?
we'll get you back after a break. Let me do a quick break here. Sorry, guys, for all the technical interruptions here, but we'll do a quick break and come back on the other side. Nick, if you want to hit the break, here we go.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend.
In a break.
What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Hey, JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. And you know I'm always trying to find ways to save you money or make you money. Well, here's a great idea from Julie and Steve Weintraub at the Gold and Diamond Source. Gold is at an all-time high, so if you bring in your old jewelry, Steve and Julie will buy it off you and offer you the highest trade-in values of the year. It's the perfect time to upgrade what you're not wearing into something you'll never want to take off. So take advantage of that right now. The custom engagement rings to birthstones, tennis bracelets, diamond studs, whatever's on your wish list, the Gold and Diamond Source can make it happen. And did you know they also have the largest selection of any men's jewelry in the area? A great new section there. Check that out. They have free services like free settings, free cleanings, free appraisals, all that stuff right there at the Gold and Diamond Source. Family owned and trusted for over 40 years. Great folks over there. We love promoting these great local companies. None better than the Gold and Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Summer is coming. Do not get caught with your unit unprepared. Your AC unit, of course. The awesome folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC have a special going on right now. You get a free 1-year maintenance package with any purchase of a new unit. They have special 60-month financing as well, so you don't need a huge chunk up front. Third Generation has an impeccable reputation built over 30 years of doing business. They do plumbing, AC, mechanical work, anything you need around the house. They are trusted folks. Go to the website and read the 5-star reviews. Deidre said, great company that always arrives timely. We have used them for our AC both in home and business and have been very happy. The staff is knowledgeable and professional. I would recommend Third Generation again and again. So give Third Generation a call at 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back. We'll try this again. I can hear Jason. I can see him. That's good.
All right, I'm back.
Thanks, partner. We just had a thunder boomer here in South Tampa, so maybe that was the issue. But
Yeah.
you guys in the comments, let us know if you can hear all the audio fine and all that stuff. Anyway, so let's get back to it. All-Star game tonight. Junior Caminero. Yep. You guys going to the Derby tonight?
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah. Do you know Junior at all?
No, I don't.
Well,
No.
you'll see him tonight, but I am terrified that what happened to Randy in 23 will happen to Junior. He'll have a great showing at the All-Star game in the Derby, and then the second half's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, it's tough on those guys, man. A lot of swings, and it kind of, you get that lift in your swing, and it's hard to get out of there. So I always worry when some of my guys want to do it, but it's fun for them.
Yeah. Has Kyle's done it, hasn't he?
Schwarber has, not Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
Schwartz was – yeah. Did he win it, or he put on a hell of a show?
Yeah, he lost to Bryce Harper that year in D.C. They kind of I don't know if they cheated or what. The dad was pumping in pitches when he was supposed to be waiting. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. As a good agent, you should have gone out there and done something about it, for God's sakes. What did Kyle say afterwards that it effed up his swing at all?
It just takes a lot out of your body. You start, changing things. You wake up sore, and it's hard to battle back. So Tucker got asked to do it this year, but he passed on it as well. It's just too much, especially in contract years.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out there and blow your back out. Even Pete Alonso finally passed for the first time ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and he put on some incredible shows. So I guess maybe early in your career you can handle it better, but I hope it doesn't screw up Junior, because talk a little bit about what you see from him and his second fastest bat speed in the game. He's starting to organize his strike zone a lot better. How good can this kid be?
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, to get a player like that and to be able to put the barrel on the ball consistently as he does. I mean, early on in the year, I was a little critical of how he played, a little sluggish. And, I went to a couple games. He didn't run out balls and all that. And I wasn't high on him. But the kid kind of turned it around. And, he's a cornerstone player. They'll probably try to lock him up here soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, they ought to, for sure.
They can get that Wander money back.
Yeah, well, they're going to. I mean, it looks like they're going to be able to get that money back, and they can just give it over to Caminero. That would be nice. Hey, maybe and I'm pretty confident this new ownership group is coming in, and they've said they're going to spend money. Now they're not going to do Dodger stuff, but at least to the close to the major league average payroll, which would be about 150-60 million.
Right.
Imagine the Rays being able to add that kind of payroll and what they would be able to do. I mean, we're just like we talked about, you could add an Acuna if you made the trade.
Yeah, I mean, these teams got the money, they got the revenue coming in, so they can kind of spend however much they want. So, and there's a lot of rumors and speculation about new ownership group. It'll be, good to hear which one finally wins the bid and what their plan is. And going into free agency, if they can get everything get lined up and together, hopefully there'll be a player on some of the big guys and big talents out there and make a splash.
We were talking about your guy Yost from Sickles when we got interrupted there. Tell me a little bit more about him and some of the other local kids that got drafted. Jamie Arnold, I know you know Jamie.
Yeah, it was a great year for Tampa. A lot of those guys. Arnold is a great talent, Florida State, top pitcher. He's going to a good team with the A's. He can probably move up quick, so that was a good fit there. And Jordan just kind of was a late riser and kept getting better and bigger and stronger, and his bat to ball skills are just elite. The guy doesn't strike out, makes all the plays at shortstop. So, he's going to be a guy that hopefully can rise quick in that Tigers farm system and see him in the big leagues in 3 to 4 years.
Now, I ask you about comparing Yost to Daniel Pierce, who the Rays draft, and I don't know if you know much about Daniel, but they're both, shortstops. They're high school kids, shortstops. Do the Rays have any issues with drafting local players? Do they take any extra? I guess they shouldn't be taking any extra interest, but maybe.
Right.
There's so many young players here. Do they just ignore them? Do their scouts ignore them? What is it?
I don't think that really has anything to do with. There's so many things that go into when a team drafts a player. Like they had a lot of interest in Jordan too. It's just that maybe they're analytical guys or they're metric guys or whatever they see in that certain player. They line up a draft board and they put names where they expect those guys, how they rank them. So Pierce was probably a little bit higher ranked on their board, and he was available, and that's who they take.
Well, take us behind the curtain on drafting now with all the analytics that go into these high school kids. I mean, you're getting spin rates, you're getting bat velocities. Take us behind the curtain. What's it like, and what's your job as an agent to get to these teams and try to explain exactly what your player is all about?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, there's so many. The combine now, they do all the analytics over there. They have the force plates is really big now to see output of them jumping and exit velocity when they're hitting and speed and burst of speed when they're running and hand strip grip. So a lot goes into it, a lot more than when I played. They just
hand strip grip. What the hell is that?
Well, a hand strength grip. Sorry, they make them grip stuff. See how strong their arms are, hands are. But it still does come down to tools. Can you catch? Can you throw? Can you hit for power? And then projectability. If guys like Yost, who are kind of undersized, 3 or 4 years from now, he's going to be 25 pounds heavier. Kyle Tucker was skinny coming out of high school, as you remember, in 2015. Yeah. Now you look at him now, 10 years later, because he's a 2015 draft, and he's 50 pounds heavier than he was in high school.
50?
Yeah, he was like 160 in high school. He's like 220 now.
And he hasn't lost any speed.
No, and he's still, a great player. So that's the projectability. What they can't teach is bat to ball skills, swing and miss, a big thing now. They're trying to get away from that, which is why they're taking all these, high contact guys who can make the plays in the infield.
So speed and contact being more important now than maybe just raw power as we've like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like they can, if the guy has the right body, they can, get them stronger and bigger and add a little bit more power.
All right. So who else did you have drafted? You said you had 7 in the top 44. How many more? Any other local kids?
Yeah, that was just mine. I had one guy this year. I do have a guy that potentially could go today from University of Florida, Pierce Capola, left-handed pitcher.
Okay.
Yeah. We say he's battled some injuries, so he won't be a top high pick. But if he stays healthy, he's gonna be a really good pitcher in the big leagues.
All right.
Yep.
I think we're getting a little feedback there. Sorry. So as you go forward tonight with Kyle, and what are you hoping for in the second half for him? And is the money just getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
Yeah. I mean,
we can get him into Palmacia. I don't know. If we get it over 500 million, maybe we'll have a special exemption.
You see my hat today, by the way?
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Love it.
Represent you. I bought it when I played with you.
Yes,
I actually probably won it off. You probably bought it from me.
Yeah, I bought that hat. Happy to do so.
Yeah. No, Tuck's, believe it or not, he's having a great year. He's 280 with, 17 homers, 55 RBIs, and like almost a 900 OPS. And he still hasn't been locked in at all. He hurt his hand, about a month ago now, and it's still bothering him. And there's some things lingering there people don't know about. But, he's going to go out and hit his typical, 280, 30 homers, 30 stolen bases, and approach 100 RBIs. And that's what he does every year.
Yeah. Well, the numbers are getting big for him, and we wish him the best. We wish it could be the Rays and this new ownership group.
You never know.
Well, if we go back to the Trop, he ain't signing with the Rays. Right?
No. What is going on? Where are they playing the next 2 years? Has anybody figured that out?
They say the Trop, but I
drove by the other day. There's no top. It's got to be moldy as heck inside.
It is definitely, and there's water in the dugout about 12 feet thick. Yeah, I don't know. They keep saying they're going to do it. I doubt it, but we'll see. But if they do go back to the Trop, there's no way Kyle's signing. If they stayed at Steinbrenner for 3 more years, would he play? here?
Well, it all depends on the contract and the money, but
Of
I don't
course.
think
If
it's
the
more about
money
that
was
than the field.
if the money was right, we know the Trop is out. So if they stand the Trop, it's out. But if the money was right and they played at Steinbrenner,
I mean,
like
I would
5
say there'd
minutes
have
from
to
his
be a
house,
consideration for sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
it would be a consideration. We can say that.
You got to consider them all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's news making. Thought we don't want to piss anybody off, but it is what it
No.
is. But he loves Chicago.
Yeah, it's a great city, man. It's not a better place really to play baseball than Wrigley.
Yeah, that's for
Weather's
sure.
gonna be nice here in the summer, so yeah, he's liking it.
How's he's loving it? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's a good city.
Well, I'll be up there in a couple of weeks to see my son, so hopefully you guys can save a couple tickets.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. My son's going to a ton of games. He's
What day you going up there?
Haven't figured that out yet. We're definitely going to go up for the Rays series in September, but I want to make another trip here in July, maybe for my birthday here. So we'll see.
All right, keep me posted.
All right, and have fun. You guys have fun at the All-Star games, and I'll be watching your socials. If you're not following Jason Romano, follow Jason Romano. Give me your Twitter and your Instagram.
I don't know. I think at Jason Romano 7, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. You'll find him. All right, thanks,
No
partner. Appreciate you taking the time. See you.
Bye.
Great, Jason Romano, right there. I just at some point you would just love to see the Rays draft a local kid.
I mean, they took Shane McClanahan in 7 years ago, USF guy.
How'd that work out?
What do you mean? How did that work out?
That's my point. Like, draft some more local kids.
Okay. I thought you were making this like a negative thing.
No, it's like they finally took somebody local, and what do you know? He's starting the All-Star game.
No, I mean, you don't have to just because you're the player plays in your city, just draft like that. And
it's almost like they ignore him.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't get caught up in where the player comes from necessarily. I mean, and listen, I don't claim to know as much about, these MLB prospects and everything. Like, for example, yesterday, I turned on the draft because I was like, okay, I don't really know many of the players, especially the high school players, but I have some reasonable interest in it. And the player who went first overall, this is just a reminder right here, his name is slipping me. I was like, I don't recall that player being mocked to go number one.
Willis, I think his name is. Right?
He was like, well, I probably should know this, but anyway, he went number one yesterday, and you just had no idea who that was. And I think the player you were hearing the most about was Ethan Holiday, because obviously talented. Eli Willits is his name, by the way, the one the Nationals took. But you were hearing so much about Ethan Holiday for obvious reasons, because he's talented as hell, and he's Matt Holliday's son, following the line of Jackson Holiday, and he fell to 4. But, there was a run of high school shortstops. I think there was 5 in a row that went off the board from pick 6 to pick 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the Rays took Pierce, and it sounds like from MLB.com's draft board, they had him at 13. The Rays got him at 14. So it sounds like they got him right at the value. And I saw an article this morning from Adam Berry of Rays.com, and it was kind of interesting. They had him come to Steinbrenner Field for a workout. Well, his flight was canceled getting here, so he landed in Miami at 2 a.m., and then he got on a 5 a.m. flight to Tampa. The airport lost his luggage.
Jesus.
So he didn't have any of his equipment for his workout with the Rays. And so he had to use equipment that essentially none of it was his. There's a quote in here from the Rays amateur scouting director, Chuck Ricci, that his cleats, they didn't even know if they actually fit him or not. And he went out there and had a fantastic workout. And that was a big deal to the Rays. He came in with these less than ideal circumstances, showed up and had a great workout. And obviously they fell in love with him. And it sounds like he's got a great profile as a defender. And stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, this is a player you're not going to see for at least 4 years, right? But this is obviously a point of emphasis for the Rays. This is now 4 of the last 5 drafts that they have taken a high school position player in the first round. Usually it used to be pitchers. Now they're starting to take position players. And those last couple position players have been, Xavier Isaac. They've been Carson Williams, 2 guys who we're going to see next year. So they had success there. And hopefully it continues with Daniel Pierce.
Yeah. Yeah. They haven't. I mean, obviously, they have not drafted well. That has been the history of this franchise. They've traded well, but they've drafted very poorly. So hopefully that turns around with this recent, and it looks so with Carson and Isaac Howard. So we'll see. But yeah, there's so many players coming out of here, and a lot of times the Rays are picking late in the draft, and these guys are going earlier. And so that's not a Rays issue.
Yeah. I was pretty, like, when I was watching that draft though last night, because I bring up Jamie Arnold because obviously he's a Florida State guy. We got a chance to watch him a lot, and obviously
and a local Jesuit
kid. And there was the three lefties, him, Cade Anderson, and Liam Doyle were like the three lefties from college. Doyle from Tennessee, Anderson from LSU. They went pretty high in the draft, and then I watched Arnold fall, and I'm like, man, I never thought he would fall out of the top 10. But as it was happening, I was just like, what if he makes it to 14? That would have been really fun, because I know the Rays have a surplus of pitching, but if the draft board fell to you like that and you got perhaps a top 5 talent fall to you, I don't know, but it didn't happen. And he goes to, I almost said Oakland, but they're not really Oakland. I guess they're Sacramento right now, soon to be Las Vegas, I guess.
Just call them the A's.
Just call them the A's.
Yeah.
So, good for Jamie Arnold. He's still going to get, plenty of money from the deal that he signs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was a little shocked that he fell out of the top 10 yesterday.
Yeah. And almost, would the Rays have taken him if he got there, you think? Of course.
I want to think, yeah.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what,
the A's thought he was going to get to him.
If he was there and they passed on him, I'd be really crapping on the Rays today. I can tell you that.
Oh, I know you would. Oh, I know you would.
Like, it's a hometown kid. All the FSU folks, you got everything. These great left-handed pitcher. What are we doing? Yeah, but they didn't get that opportunity. So, all right, let's get to some of the comments. Jordan G says, I've been saying this is a 500 team even before the run. I said at the beginning of the season, Jordan, and they just had a hot month. Keep the receipts. Yeah, like I said, I'd love to sit up here and say I'm right, but I think they're better than that. I think they've showed that. I think there's been an emergence of Junior Caminero to that level that I didn't see. I thought he'd be good. I didn't think he'd be this good.
I just don't think we saw at the beginning of the year, we were talking about this being one of the Rays' best bullpens, maybe ever. Like that was like sort of the talk coming out of spring training and coming into the season. And it just completely has fallen off the rails. Like it's hard to explain. And when they brought up Baker too, I didn't like this move. They sent down Eric Orsi to the minors, and I was like, okay,
he was our best guy.
Yeah, I was like,
I didn't get that either.
He didn't have any blowups necessarily like the other guys. Like, to me, continuing to trot out Kevin Kelly and Uceda. Again, how much more do I have to watch Edwin Uceda be so inconsistent on the mound? It's every game his velocity is up, and then the next day his velocity's down. I just can't figure it out with him, and he's got no options left, so you would have to DFA him. But
I think that's why
at this point, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, you don't want to give up on guys like that because they had really good runs, but at some point, why are you sending down your most effective bullpen guy when your bullpen is a disaster?
I know you said Uceda had really good runs, but you have to understand, if you look at his overall body of work for his career, outside of a 30-game stint last year with the Rays, this is kind of who he is.
Yeah. No,
6.64 ERA in 2021, 5.82 in 2022. Wasn't in the majors in 23. He was locked down last year in a 30-game sample size, and this year his ERA is at 5.53, and this is the most he's been worked. Yeah.
I think him being exposed more to teams in that particular motion, that ball tends to run up high and into right-handed barrels, and that fastball, and that's where he's getting hurt. So when the league adjusts, you got to adjust back, and he hasn't been able to do that. And that shows, that you are who you are. If you can't adjust, and then you're not that good. And that's what makes baseball such a freaking hard game, man. Especially with the analytics today. Everybody knows what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And what you're good at, and they try to keep it away from you. And if you can, you got to be able to adjust, and they haven't been able to do that. Rick said, I would think Stu would draft more local kids so their families would boost attendance. Maybe somebody hasn't explained that to him yet. But you also have to understand, he doesn't care about attendance and never has. He wants to be a low revenue team so he doesn't have to market his team and he just gets the automatic checks of $60 million. See what that's why he never minded staying in the Trop. I know it's kind of it doesn't make sense to a lot of you on the surface, but you got to think especially when it comes to Stu, next level. B says, did I miss the conversation about JP's athletic abilities? Rick Clymer, don't worry, he'll have a daily segment. It's a bit, folks. I thought if you don't like the bit, we'll stop doing the bit, but it's a bit. Batista says Fairbanks is solid, but not elite. At times he's locked in. He's a competitor, but not a guy I want to see in a close playoff game. When he puts guys on base, my son and I call him Pete Scarebanks.
I can't argue that, to be honest.
No, he's not elite. He's not elite. There's absolutely, I totally agree with that. We know what elite closers are. And Chapman's had he's still sometimes a 102. That dude, he's elite.
He's an all-star this year.
Yeah. I mean, when he's fixed, when he's healthy, as good as they get. Class A, when those guys come on, you just think you got no chance. Like no freaking chance. When Fairbanks comes on, you think the other team's going, we got no chance. No, they're going, all right. We got a shot here. And listen, the numbers are good. They're not great.
No,
on Fairbanks.
He's probably, if you had to, I don't have like a full list in front of me, but if I had to like put it together, I'd probably say Pete Fairbanks is probably between like 15 and 20 when it comes to closers in baseball. That's what he is.
That's about right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I would say that's about right. But when it comes to the post-game interview,
he's number one. He's one of one
by far.
I think he had another good one this past weekend in Boston. It was after the Friday one, right?
Goldfish. You got to be a goldfish, like that famous.
I swear, his
British soccer coach says you got to be a goldfish.
The way his eyes just like are looking at you when you ask him a question, like, I mean, that has to be the most intimidating person to speak to in the Rays clubhouse. Not even
because they all know, like and I love that he calls all the reporters by names. He knows everybody by name. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Mark. Because they, and it's like, it's look intimidating to you, but he's got a great relationship with those guys. They know him, so they don't take it seriously. Right. It's just not. It's funny. It's funny is what it is. Like, I mean,
I guess I'm thinking about like the one last year when he was talking to the
kind of suck.
Yeah. I think it's the soundbite last year when he was talking to the out of town reporter, where he did not have that rapport with him, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that probably got a little scary.
Yeah,
to the reporter.
Yeah.
Michael LaRue says Bradley is not the only one. Fairbanks is also down 7 Ks per 9, down from 13 Ks per 9 in 2023. Yeah, he hasn't been as good. And he's mentioned Taj Bradley's on the trade block, according to Bob Nightingale. His Ks per 9 innings is 7, down from 10 Ks per 9 innings last year.
Yeah, the strikeouts washed up for Taj Bradley this year.
Yeah, and I wonder why.
I don't know why. I tell you what, though. I mean, Todd. That was the report yesterday from Bob Nightingale that they are listening to offers for Taj Bradley. I feel like everybody in the industry kept saying Zach Littell, and I feel like we're one of the only people that are just like, don't trade Zach Littell.
Yeah, we don't want Zach traded. I mentioned him earlier because he had, he gets paid the most, and that's what you do with the Rays. You go see who gets paid the most, then you know who's on the trading block. Rick says the new JP show, all commercials and a little talk. Welcome back to terrestrial radio, right? Right? So that's the only one we have issues. Yeah. Okay. We're going to talk some football. If you guys have any other Rays questions, pop them in there. We can get back to it in a little bit. Jordan G says, wheels off, fell off the pitching. They did indeed.
Yeah.
I think the last hot month.
Yeah. I think the last note I personally have on the Rays is it's sort of like it's the all-star break. So a lot of people love to do the mid-season sort of look at where everybody is. Right. And I guess I'd have to say the biggest disappointment of the whole thing is did you ever expect that we were only going to get 22 at-bats at a Ha-Sung Kim by the all-star break?
No.
22 at-bats. And I mean,
remember it was first, it's probably going to be late April, early May, which got pushed into June,
which got
when did he
pushed
come
into
in? Like
July.
late June, late July, actually.
He came in early July,
Early
and then he
July.
immediately got hurt again,
Yeah.
a different part of his body, and then he fouls one off his foot in this series and has to leave a game. Didn't play yesterday, and it's like, man, can't buy a break here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and he's supposed to be. I mean, listen, whether he is that caliber of player or not, he is the highest paid player the Rays have ever had as a position player.
Crazy.
22 at bats at a Ha-Seong Kim.
Crazy.
I mean, there's no way this was the plan. There's no way.
No. And he's got an option for next year, player option. So he could just completely opt out. We could get about 22 at bats out of this guy, pay him $15 million, and never see him again.
I don't know. Best thing for him is, I guess, is he gets a whole week to sit, I guess.
Yeah, the whole team needs a week to sit. Ain't no doubt about that. All right, we'll take another break. Come back on the other side, get some football talk in. So this latest poll from ESPN is coaches, front office execs, and scouts. Guess where Baker Mayfield ranked in quarterbacks? Is he in the top 10? We will see when we come back. We are brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Always the place to go watch Rays games, any games whatsoever, or just to have a great happy hour. Riveters, $3 domestic beers. Now they make their own microbrews. They are out. They had the hazy IPA the other day. It is fantastic. So check it out at Riveters. If you like microbrews, they got a sour that's amazing, a nice light one, and a seltzer as well that they do themselves right there at Riveters. So go by and check it out. Right north of JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Going through a medical emergency without health care insurance can cause you to go into crippling debt. In most scenarios, people are forced to either break into their retirement funds or worse, they're forced to file for bankruptcy. The sad truth is that health care insurance is crucial in today's day and age. Look, I get it. Many of you think you're never going to get sick and health insurance is really expensive. Well, we can help you out with that. Depending on your income, we can find great plans at huge discounts. God forbid you get cancer, a car accident. It could literally ruin you financially for life. So make the call and find out. Even though the open enrollment period is over, you may have some qualifying life events that can help you get covered right away. It can be very complicated, a very intimidating process, but we can help. Go to our website and check out all the 5-star reviews about our helpful agents. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. Reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Gold has never been higher, folks. Sell your gold. Gold, grab your doubloons. You've thundered through the years and head on over to the Gold and Diamond Source. They'll pay you big money for it, for your ill-gotten booty. That's right. Gold and Diamond Source is paying big money for gold. So if you have any old gold jewelry just laying there in a jewelry box, bring it on over. Turn it into cash. Get something nice for your honey. Ask her first because she may have some sentimental value in there. Or maybe not. Maybe some earrings she got from her ex. Go grab them things. Take them down there. Cash them in. You always wanted to anyway. It's the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Omaha Road. Always online at thegoldenanddiamondsource.com. All right. Before we get into football, a couple other notes here. Good morning to you, Joe Ugenti. Said back from Maryland, JP, sounding great on Facebook, driving around Ocala. Love it. You can always listen on Facebook right there for y'all. Michael Lewis says Daniel Pierce comps are Jeremy Pena and Bobby Witt Jr. without Witt's power.
Yeah,
So,
I heard that last night. Whenever they drafted him and they went to the panel and Mark DeRosa was basically like, all right, nobody kill me for this take, but I see Bobby Witt Jr. and Daniel Pierce. And I was like, whoa, let's not go too far here. But
and don't forget Carson Williams, who was a disaster his first 2 months of AAA, has turned it all around. And so he's finding himself at AAA and was up to the number 5 prospect in Major League Baseball at one point?
He had gotten up there, and I think he fell because of his start to the season.
Top 10, yeah.
He's been better of late, but I think he just strikes out a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his minor league career, like I pulled up his numbers here, he just struck out 117 times this year. He struck out 144 the year before that, 147 the year before that, and 168 the year before that. So every level, he just continues to have a major strikeout problem.
Yeah, that's not good. And that just exasperates itself when it gets to the big.
A lot of power, though.
Well, maybe he needs to change his swing a little bit and, get it under control. So we'll see. All right. So ESPN has their rankings out this year, their methodology. They send out ballots to scouts, GMs, all anonymous. And I think they got 70 ballots back, which is interesting. 70 voters submit a ballot on at least one position, and in many cases, all positions. So they started with the quarterbacks, or XS, they already started, right?
Yeah, they've done they did running backs, defensive tackles, edge rusher, safety, tight end, interior O-line, tackles, and now quarterbacks today.
All right, so QBs, Patrick Mahomes still hanging on to the number 1. Josh Allen coming in at number 2. None of this is a surprise. Joe Burrow coming in at number 3 and Lamar Jackson at number 4. And they noted that those 4 guys are far and away better than everybody else in the rankings. Like everybody, they are in almost every ballot. In whatever rank, they are the top 4 guys. This is tier 1.
Although someone ranked Lamar 6, which
that's stupid.
Ridiculous. But those are the 4.
But those guys are on almost every single ballot as a top 4. They are tier 1, and they have separated themselves from the second tier of quarterbacks.
They are the wagon pullers.
They are. And then it begins number 5, Jaden Daniels. You know, I've been saying since the day I saw him play against FSU twice and lose twice, by the way. I had to get back to the days when he actually won football games. That this kid was the best, but way better than Caleb Williams. I don't know how you take Caleb Williams in a draft over Jaden Daniels. I just don't. And this kid showed last year 12 wins, just fantastic. Just a great player. So he's at number 5. And there's one quote in here. Single-handedly took one of the worst franchises to the NFC title game as a rookie with a bad defense, one legitimate wide receiver, a dinosaur tight end, and averaged at best offensive line. Yeah, this kid read coverages, throws with accuracy, touch to all levels of the field, just as dangerous as Lamar and Josh Allen with his legs, and has a clutch factor to him because his team already believes that if he has the ball with a chance to win, he's going to find a way. Sure wish Todd Bowles would have figured that out. If he repeats anything close to his rookie year, he's no lower than number 3 on the list next year. Oh, he breaks into the top 4. I think he's great, but my history tells me let's pump the brakes a little bit. There'll be a bit of an adjustment in year 2 to Jaden Daniels. A lot of good football players out there, a lot of great defensive coaches who have been picking apart that film all year long. He's never going to be a bad quarterback, but we'll pump the brakes on him jumping into the top 4 for me.
Yeah. Even 5's a little rich after 1 year.
I think so too, but it speaks to what people think about him. And that quote I think is spot on, which is why you get so pissed off that the Bucs lost at home to him last year. And you gave him the ball with 4 minutes and a half to go against your defense. Anyway, am I sour about that? Does it show?
I think you have every right to be. I think we're all
holding on to that maybe too long.
No. Still fresh.
Matthew Stafford at number 6. The old man is hanging on at 37. Boy, I thought the way he played in the playoffs last year with a team I didn't think was very good around him. Really, really good.
He's incredible.
39 touchdowns to 9 interceptions over the balance of 23 and 24 seasons in the games that followed the bye week. On play action, producing the 3rd highest QBR in the NFL. Yeah, the dude's just really good. And I just don't get number 7. At what point do we still keep putting Justin Herbert in the top 10? At what point? What has he done? When I watched him play the first time with my own eyes, and I saw him roll to his left against the Bucs and throw the ball from the 30 to the goal line, I went, wow, what the hell did I just see? But that's it with Justin. Good-looking kid, affable, you get all the tools, looks great, looks everything. He doesn't do anything.
He is, I would say, honestly, he is as gifted as any quarterback in the league.
Yes.
Like if you're doing a tools thing, like he's got every tool that you could possibly want at the quarterback position. But when I watch him play, I'm always just left wanting something more. I can't put my finger on it though. Like that's the thing. Like sometimes it's just a feel thing. You can just look at somebody and the way they play and you go, something's missing. And that's what I feel with Justin Herbert. I don't want to say like all the numbers he's put up, over the years are like empty calories per se.
They are, though.
Something's missing. It
Did
just is.
And to your point, his 21,000 career passing yards are the most in NFL history through 5 seasons.
There you go.
Would you have known that? Would you have said that?
That's what I'm saying. I knew that he was up there for sure.
His 3 interceptions in 504 attempts marked the lowest interception rate by any qualified quarterback since Tom Brady. But it's just like you don't win.
And it's weird but it does say here, to be fair, he's got 15 game-winning drives. That's the most of any quarterback drafted in 2020 or later.
Yeah.
But it notes he's 0-2 in the playoffs. And, the first playoff game was the one, remember, they were up by like 4 touchdowns on Jacksonville. And everybody blames the Chargers defense for that loss. But I was like, what about the offense that just completely no-showed in the second half? And then what about this year in the playoffs against Houston? Justin Herbert did not play well in that game. Had like 2 or 3 interceptions. I don't know. I just feel like something's missing with him.
Here's a quote that I think shines a little light on that. It said the players above him in the top 10 consistently create more off-schedule plays or more dangerous in the 2-minute drill and have won in the playoffs. The offense he currently plays in is by far the least quarterback-friendly in terms of the passing game, which doesn't help him. Justin can get there. He has the ability, so it should come in time. In time. It's 5 years in, right?
This is year 6.
Year 6. And I think that's it. When you really break it down, it's the off-schedule plays that differentiate these quarterbacks. And Mahomes is the absolute pillar of that statement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so many big moments in his career.
Yes, he transcends a stat sheet. Like Mahomes' stats last year, you look at him and you go, how is that the top quarterback in the league? But it doesn't matter. He's so like, it doesn't matter what stats with him, but you just know that's the best quarterback.
Play, he makes the play, and that's football. That's what wins football games. He figures it out on a freaking broken ankle, 3rd and 17. This dude's running for 29 yards, running away from people in the biggest moment of the game. It's like, how the F did he just do that? And, break 6 tackles along the way. It's a will. It's a savvy. It's a gift. And you can't put it in analytics, but you can put it in W&Ls. Mm-hmm. Look, you got to have a certain level of team around you to compete in this league. That is what it is. And I'm not, but I don't think the Chargers have been so bereft of talent that they're not in that upper echelon. Have they? No, they've had a lot of talent on that team.
No, it's always gone to when Staley was there. It was always, if anything went wrong, it was Brandon Staley.
Right.
It was always
maybe
that.
It wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. So we'll see. But I just still think I just can't get there with Justin Herbert. Number 8, Jared Goff.
It's a fair ranking. He's ever since
his numbers
Detroit
are off the charts, and they win, and now they win, and because of him and fourth quarter comebacks and everything, I think the guy's really good. Jalen Hurts at 9.
I have a major problem with this placement.
I do too.
How is he at 9?
I don't. I think it's because I think people are married to original evaluations and they don't want to admit when they're wrong.
Yes,
right?
I always
he was
agree
a
with
second round pick. Nobody thought he was going to be anything in the NFL. So a lot of these scouts are like, it's because they don't want to be wrong. Open your effing eyes. Open your eyes. This guy makes plays in the clutch. With throws, yes, and his legs, not just one or the other. And the reason the tush push works so well is because of Jalen Hurts. Everybody else has tried it. Everybody else has good offensive lines. Everybody else does that. The dude squats a gazillion pounds, and it's really hard to bring him down in that situation. And it's a weapon. It's a weapon. And he converts 4th downs, converts 3rd and shorts are like automatics, and he can throw the damn football. And he's got good receivers. That's why they won a Super Bowl.
It seems like
he's really freaking good.
Yeah, it seems like they're dinging him because there's a little excerpt there at the end. Hurts has many traits that contribute to winning at a high level, but he needs a steady running game around him and wouldn't necessarily thrive in a pass-heavy system. Well, is that all we're doing here? Are we just ranking quarterbacks based on if we just stripped away their situation and said, all right, we're starting from scratch, which quarterbacks? I guess that's what we're doing here, and that's why they're dinging Jalen Hurts. But, did you watch the Super Bowl?
Right.
Did you watch the Super Bowl? Did you see the way he was throwing the ball against one of the best defenses in the NFL? Yeah. Did I miss something over that blowout?
I don't get it. To me, that's especially there's probably a lot of scouts voting in this, and they just don't want to admit they were wrong. That's my feeling. And number 10, LFB. Let's freaking bake Baker Mayfield. Let me just read the whole thing on Baker. Said Baker Mayfield walked so Sam Darnold could run. The former number one pick is emblematic of the NFL's capacity for career resurgences at the game's most important position, setting the blueprint for near bust to one day reach $100 million. When Mayfield signed a modest one-year deal in Tampa 23, he led the Bucs to the playoffs. It was a nice storyline about a former number one pick regaining his footing. When he did it twice and his performance improved, that's proof of concept with two different OCs, by the way. Only Allen and Jackson have more touchdowns over the past two seasons than Mayfield's 73. How about that? Fearless as a thrower and a runner is the quote NFL personnel evaluator said. He's got on-field leadership where teammates want to support him. Much better arm than given credit for. Good mover in the pocket, can rush for yards, attacks the third level of the defense. When he's got time in the pocket, he's as good as almost anybody right now. Last season, Mayfield joined Brady as the only quarterbacks in Bucs history with 40 passing touchdowns in a season. Mayfield dominated against the blitz, leading all quarterbacks in completion percentage, 72.3% against the blitz, and passing touchdowns, 18 against 5 or more pass rushers. Quote, he honestly reminds me of Favre a little bit as far as his style of play, the personnel man said. He's got a moxie to like, F you, I'm on the attack. And defensive guys feel that pressure. Absolutely 100% agree with all that. That is a quintessential Baker Mayfield. And if you saw him yesterday at the American Century, stopping along the way playing golf to shotgun a beer with a couple of guys, Brady doesn't do that unless it's a photo op. He would do it for a photo op.
I think he was in the club yesterday with Wayne Gretzky and the
his agent told him
World Cup. He was doing that,
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Elitist stuff. He's good at that.
Oh, I'm glad Baker got the recognition from those in the league because
I do too.
I don't think a lot of the media, when media does lists, they never put Baker this high. And they had him ranked ahead. I think the only two that got honorable mentions here were CJ Stroud and Jordan Love, which I think that was my gripe. The last list we talked about, that was from media. I think it was Yahoo, where they had Jordan Love in there. And I was like, I can't get Jordan Love over Baker. I can't go that far. So I'm glad to see Baker got in here. And, when I was just thinking about this, is Baker Mayfield, I mentioned earlier, you had the 4 quarterbacks in the league, and Stafford to an extent can be this too. I called them the wagon pullers. Is Baker that necessarily? No. But I think he has firmly entrenched himself into tier 2.
Yeah.
And now tier 2, everybody's got their own subjectivity to it. I would have probably 7 guys in tier 2, and I would definitely put Baker in that list based off the last 2 seasons, in particular what he did last year. And they mentioned in there, doing it for a second straight year and even getting better than the first year in Tampa. That's proof of concept now. It's proof of concept now. I don't know if you can, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I don't know if we can just say, okay, Baker Mayfield's going to be a 40 touchdown, 4,500 yard quarterback for the rest of his career. I'm not saying that's what he's going to be. For all we know, this past year might be his career high. But if he settles somewhere in between 2023 and 2024, at the very least, you got a top 10, top 12-ish quarterback in the league who's on a team-friendly deal for what that exists in the NFL right now. And you can absolutely, I think, win playoff games with. You've already proven you can win a playoff game with him, and you put stuff around him, which the Bucs do. Who's to say you can't go further? So that's the beauty of it. And, Baker, for just looking at judging quarterback play over the last 5 years with the Bucs and excusing 2022, 2020, 2021, 2023, 2024, how do you argue we're living in the greatest time ever in the history of this franchise when it comes to quarterback play? With all respect to Josh Freeman's 2010 season, Garcia's 2007, Greasy's, 04, 05, whatever it was, and even Brad's in 02. I feel like those 4 seasons I just mentioned, 4 out of the last 5, are the 4 best quarterback seasons we've ever had in Tampa Bay. And that's what we're living in right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Baker's been awesome. By the way, at some other positions to discuss, running back, Saquon first, Derrick Henry second, Jahmyr Gibbs third, Bijan Robinson fourth, Christian McCaffrey fifth, Josh Jacobs 6th, Jonathan Taylor 7th, James Cook 8th. Yes, I'm saying the same thing. Joe Mixon 9, Alvin Kamara. Is he still playing? 10. Where the F is Bucky?
Well, Bucky was 11. Bucky was 11.
He was honorable mention. Come on. Kamara. Joe Mixon doesn't get enough respect, but come on. James Cook, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, okay.
Hey, the Bucs have actually been well represented on. I've been keeping up with these lists because I put some stock into these because they come from those in the league. Yeah. And I think Vita Vea got inside the top 10 for interior linemen or
we'll go through them. Dexter Lawrence was number 1 interior. Yeah. Chris Jones 2, Jalen Carter 3, Jeffrey Simmons 4, Quinnen Williams 5, Leonard Williams 6, Nnamdi Madubuike 7, DeForest Buckner 8, Vita Vea 9, and Cameron Hayward 10. I think 8's or 9's way too low for Vita Vea. Way too low. Edge rushers.
No Bucs on that one.
Well, yeah, we knew that. But just so you know who's who. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt needs a contract. Micah Parsons needs a contract. Max Crosby got a contract. Nick Bosa. Trey Hendrickson needs a contract. Aiden Hutchinson 7. Will Anderson 8. Daniil Hunter 9. Jared Verse 10. So, yeah, we face almost every one of these guys this year.
Welcome to playing first place schedules.
Trey Hendrickson, we know. No Max Crosby. So, yeah, that should be fun. Tristan, get back soon, please. Safeties. Let's see. Kyle Hamilton 1. Brian Branch 2 from Detroit. Xavier McKinney 3 from the Packers. Jesse Bates at the Falcons 4th. Kirby Joseph 5th. Derwin James 6th. Antoine Winfield 7th. Followed by Budda Baker.
His ranking. Go ahead.
Minka Fitzpatrick and Julian Love. Seahawks.
Yeah, and Winfield's ranking was all over the place. Someone had him as high as 2, and then he was also unranked on some list as well. So he was kind of, but I think it's because last year was such an unlike Antoine Winfield Jr. season. He didn't make many splash plays, but maybe we're saying it's the injury, right? That's the story we're sticking with. We want to just believe it was the injury, and we're going to get the All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr. back this year.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Okay, number 1 is Tristan Wirfs, number 1 tackle in the game. Penei Sewell's 2, Lane Johnson 3, Trent Williams of the Niners 4, Jordan Mailata of the Eagles 5, Rashawn Slater of the Chargers 6, Laramie Tunsil now of the Commanders 7, Deion Dawkins Bills 8, Christian Darrisaw Minnesota 9, Andrew Thomas of the Giants 10th. Tristan Wirfs, best tackle in football. And that's
number 1.
A no-brainer. What else we got? That's it. So there's your top 10 according to scouts. No players in this poll. Scouts, GMs, and coaches. It's a pretty good poll. I like it.
There's not a lot I have a big gripe with here.
No.
Not a lot.
Except Bucky. I think that one. Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, but you always want to see a second year, I guess, out of Bucky.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. Totally. All right, we'll take another break. We'll come back on the other side. Again, want to do a little college football, partner?
Yeah, let's do some.
SEC Media Days heating up. Will it be a SEC Big Ten champion, or will the ACC be the team? Oh, a lot of people talking about Clemson. All right, we'll take a quick break. I want to tell you about On-Site Construction and Restoration. Jason Fawcett is the owner there. He's going to be in studio with us next week. This week. We'll have a chat with him, and you'll find out why you need to be on the preferred client list. Because if there's a hurricane, a natural disaster, whatever, and you need a contractor, and everybody else does too, be on the preferred client list so you will get first dibs. And you'll also know your contractor, know who you're dealing with, and not some fly-by-night guy that just drove into town yesterday. On-Site Construction and Restoration. OnSiteConstructionFL.com is the website. ONSITE. Back in 3. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey, JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. And you know I'm always trying to find ways to save you money or make you money. Well, here's a great idea from Julie and Steve Weintraub at the Gold and Diamond Source. Gold is at an all-time high, so if you bring in your old jewelry, Steve and Julie will buy it off you and offer you the highest trade-in values of the year. It's the perfect time to upgrade what you're not wearing into something you'll never want to take off. So take advantage of that right now. The custom engagement rings to birthstones, tennis bracelets, diamond studs, whatever's on your wish list, the Gold and Diamond Source can make it happen. And did you know they also have the largest selection of any men's jewelry in the area? A great new section there. Check that out. They have free services like free settings, free cleanings, free appraisals, all that stuff right there at the Gold and Diamond Source. Family owned and trusted for over 40 years. Great folks over there. We love promoting these great local companies. None better than the Gold and Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group. Don't forget, if you get in an accident, they are your first call, jeeveslawgroup.com. Locally owned and operated here and have offices both in Tampa and Clearwater. So they know the local legal landscape and they can help you out in a pinch. jeeveslawgroup.com, not attorney spokesman offices, Tampa, St. Pete. So I'm perusing Twitter in the break, and looks like Greg Sankey's pissing people off again, the SEC commissioner. Isn't it interesting how some of these commissioners have kind of become like major sports personalities now, representing they're almost like hype men for their conference. And
Right.
Sankey, as much as, I dislike him, is because he's the SEC commissioner.
Yeah, he's
I
just
like the
doing
Yankees.
his job.
I respect him, and he does a hell of a job. And he advocates so well for the SEC, and he don't give a rip. Then you have that total beta Jim Phillips who runs the ACC. I just, he's perfect. He's actually perfect for the conference.
I was going to say, when
That's
I
very
listen to
well.
like Jim Phillips speak and even Brett Yormark to an extent, it's kind of weird because the Big 12 feels so gimmicky as a conference right now. Like,
Yeah, but he, you know what? He brings it.
But he does
At least
bring
he
he
brings
brings
it.
the energy. He certainly brings the energy. But when you hear Greg Sankey talk, like it's no surprise that why the SEC has a stranglehold on the sport,
Yeah.
from a politics standpoint. And obviously the Big Ten. I haven't heard Petiti talk as much as Sankey, but I have to assume he's probably the same way. But it's no surprise those are the two conferences that just run everything right now.
You think like Sankey walks in the room with all the other commissioners and go, "What's up, bitches?"
Not right.
With his thug glasses on and the music in the background. Like, what's up, all you second-class citizens? I own every one of you. If Sankey, if it were a wrestling gig, who would he be? Who would he be? Like, give me all the because I don't know my wrestling. So who would Sankey be, and who would Phillips? You even have anybody like Jim Phillips in the in wrestling?
No,
He'd be
because
like one of
wrestling
the announcers that gets no respect.
People in wrestling are usually charismatic and they're good with public speaking and they can hype something up and be a great salesman.
Right.
I want to say Greg
none
Sankey,
of those qualities.
No, like the ultimate salesman, I guess, in wrestling is Paul Heyman. Who I
Right.
think you might
He's
have
the
heard
Paul
of.
Heyman. Right.
I think maybe Sankey's a version of that, although not turned up quite the way that a Paul Heyman is, but same kind of idea, concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have a Jim Phillips comp because I don't think those exist in wrestling.
Anyway, so Sankey on the SEC 8-game conference schedule, and those who believe it should be 9, like the other P4 league, says that he doesn't believe there's anyone in another conference that wants to swap schedules with an SEC team.
Is he wrong?
No. Listen, but sometimes you'll get an SEC schedule, and quite often where, you play a couple of teams. But first of all your tough games are at home. You play absolutely nobody on the road, no non-conference. When you could schedule 4 non-conference games at home, and they're all cream puffs. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing. And they do constantly. And you can take guys if you're in another league and you're actually scheduling people out of conference, then, and I'll hand it to Alabama. Alabama doesn't shy away.
I was going to say Alabama they had the home and home with Wisconsin, where last year they went up to play in Madison, which is like, that's
not everybody does that.
Not everybody does. Now, is Wisconsin the same team, the same program now than they were 6 years earlier when they did the home and home? No,
you don't know.
You can't control any of that.
Right. Yeah. So, and I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying I like the drama because people are firing back at him.
You have Ohio State, Texas, but I don't think is that a neutral site to start the season?
Probably. I think so. Chris Manning says they play 3 FCS and G5 opponents a year. This year, Ole Miss plays 4. This is such gaslighting by Greg. On top of playing 3 guaranteed wins a year, they play 7 to 8 home games a year because the majority of SEC teams are scheduling cowards and don't play on the road. Every team would take that scheduling. Is he wrong? I don't think he is.
No.
Yeah. Someone else says this is why I love the thread. The arrogance of Greg Stanky and the SEC continues to get me. They've all had the breaks for years over all the other conferences, and they continue to rub it in. I feel that. I totally feel that.
He did say one thing today that I kind of agree with, because everybody's this whole like hoopla about the playoff going forward. And, all of a sudden the SEC and Big Ten aren't so aligned. Who would have thought? They're not so aligned on how they feel about this playoff, where SEC seems to favor the
automatic
the 5
bids
plus 11 model.
Yeah.
And the Big Ten supports 4-4-2-2-1. And Greg Sankey kind of said today, the 12-team model is currently in place, and that can stay if we don't agree. And I personally am okay with that, because I feel like 1 year of a 12-team playoff, which we were like calling to have for years, right? We were all asking, like, let's get to 12. We had it for 1 year, and now we're trying to blow it up and
but the bye system was so bad that they set up.
You can make little tweaks to the bye system.
Yes,
I feel like 12 is enough.
I do
personally, I don't need 16. There aren't 16 teams worthy that can win a national championship. They're not. We
don't need 16 plus conference championship games. No,
I don't need that.
No, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
I'm almost hoping that they can't agree and we can just stick with 12 for now.
Yeah. So this college football is back, and I want to stop talking about the effing money and just get to the freaking games,
Yeah.
Let's just get to the game. We could talk about scheduling. We could talk about that stuff. I think that's fair. That's still on the field stuff. Yeah.
And I'll say this too, which, by the way, real quick, because I did check, Texas is actually going to Ohio State in that week 1 opener. But Texas, I believe, was in the Big 12 still when they scheduled that, if I'm not mistaken. But that's neither here nor there. But I think it is funny, though. We talk so much about the SEC and the Big 10 ruling so much of it. And JP, if I had to rank my top team going into the season, which in general, I'm anti-ranking teams ahead, like officially, because I think it like plays too much into like, oh, they were ranked here to start the season. So I feel like they get breaks throughout the season sometimes. But I actually think the best team in college football to start the season, in my opinion, comes from the ACC.
I believe so.
Are we thinking the same thing?
Well, it ain't FSU.
No,
it's Clemson.
It's Clemson. I think Clemson's the best team going into the season.
Yeah, they seem to, first they got the quarterback right. So they finally got that right. And their defensive line, they've got 3 guys that are going to probably be first-round picks. It's kind of like the old Clemson group. I'm not sure if their receiver group is like the old Clemson group.
They have Antonio Williams, who's going to be a first-round talent, I believe, next year. They've got to figure out their running back situation because they lost Phil Maffa, and they're back up towards ACL in the ACC championship game. So they got to figure that out. But to me, the X factor is, and this was an underrated move in the offseason, is they were able to get Tom Allen away from Penn State. And I mean, did you watch Penn State last year with Tom Allen, as the defensive coordinator? I mean, Penn State went as far as they ever have in the last however many years. So I think them getting Tom Allen, could he be the Venables for Dabo Swinney again? I think that's the big X factor here.
That's a great point. I'm so conflicted on the ACC. I want Clemson. I want the ACC to be back. I'm so tired of the SEC. But the ACC for a while, when FSU was playing well and Clemson was playing well, North Carolina was playing well, and like there was a moment there where the ACC was putting almost as many players into the NFL draft. It was pretty tight, and then the SEC ran away with, and that's it. ACC took a step back because they just lost a lot of good coaches, and it's just never been important for most of the programs in the ACC football. They've just not put resources into football, and that's one of the reasons why they hate Florida State and Clemson. It's one of the reasons both of them sued the league, because they're driving all the revenue, and these other teams were just kind of coming along for the ride, getting their money, but not investing in football. And FSU was like, come on, people, football's where it's at. And they're like, they want to go tie their ascots and have a glass of wine and talk about the great old days of Dean Smith and Mike Krzyzewski. It's like, no, football's where it's at. It's where we need to be investing in it.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at the ACC, like I think Clemson has the top team, but like the fall off. I mean, the fall off
brutal.
Because I don't think Miami is as strong this year as they were last year. And they had that collapse against Syracuse that kept them out of the playoff.
We'll see what Carson Beck can do.
Yeah, we'll see. But after that, it's like you have some like fun teams. Like Louisville might be fun. They have some players. Georgia Tech with Haynes King at quarterback. They were a really plucky team last year.
They'll be better this year. I love their
They
coach.
lost their best player in Eric
coach.
Singleton, who I think went to Auburn, I believe, the receiver.
Yeah,
so Duke was able to land one of the best quarterbacks in the portal with Darian Mensah from Tulane. Like there's some plucky good teams, but these teams are going to win like 7-8 games, maybe 9. Like Clemson has. That's what I'm saying. That's why Clemson is so set up to probably go undefeated this year. Like I think it's in the cards for them.
Their opener, who they're opening with? Alabama? I mean, no. We're opening with Alabama. Who's Clemson?
Does Clemson have to play? I'm looking up right now because I'm like, wait a second.
Their openers.
They play against LSU to start, but again, LSU has a tendency to lose openers.
Yeah, because they play FSU.
I don't think they've won an opener yet under Brian Kelly.
Did they not win one? Who'd they play last year? Yeah, they lost. They lost early. He was bitching.
USC.
US. Yeah. LSU's loaded. Nussmeier, I think, might be the best quarterback in the nation, if not, definitely top 3.
He's there.
Arch Manning. At some point, he'll be good, but this is not the year.
I need to see. Like I've been hearing, Paul Feinbaum's back on the ESPN, shows and everything, and he's taking out his hot takes, and I think the one that was going around over the last couple of weeks was Arch Manning is the best quarterback since Tim Tebow or something like that in college football, and it's like, how many throws has he had again?
Yeah,
how many throws has he had yet? I don't know.
Everybody's got him as a number 1 pick next year already. I'm like, what?
I don't even think he's going to come out next year.
I don't either. To some of our comments here, Mahomes allegedly broke his ankle. He also broke 5 tackles after a couple of referees' chop blocks. Come on, Rick. Rick F. Mahomes, that crybaby has seen his best days, and I hope the league moves from spoiling that bitch. Damn, Nathan.
Ooh.
Mahomes there is a lot of hate on that. Is there any updates on the Rays sale coming today? Not today, partner. Again, it's complicated from what I'm hearing. Is just like, don't worry about it. Things are happening. It's going to happen. And again, if it's not this group, it's going to be another group. There's people throwing money at this right now. You'll probably hear, and maybe on this show, from one of the other groups soon, who's getting impatient that they have more money to throw at the sale. And I think that might be complicating the matter a little bit, because I know MLB wants this group to get it, but they may have to come up with more money, because MLB doesn't want to sell a team for less than its value, because that makes the value of all teams go down. So they don't want that. So it's getting a little complicated, but it's going to happen. And I hate to say be patient, because I think we've been patient enough. But it is what it is. If we were dealing with somebody normal, this all would have been done very differently. Thomas said, watch the last game against Washington again and tell me how Bucs defense has improved against the middle pass for 25. Well, it's not. It better be this year. It wasn't in that game. That's the whole point.
Much has been made about the Bucs. They made tweaks to the linebacker room this year. And keep in mind, like when we are ripping linebacker is probably the one position around the league where there's only like a handful of dudes that you can rely on week to week. And then there's a massive fall off. Like there just is. It's not a great time for linebackers in the league. So as bad as KJ Britt was last year, you might not think Anthony Walker is an upgrade. Anthony Walker is actually a decent upgrade over KJ Britt. I think you're literally just banking on not having the worst linebacker in the NFL playing almost every snap, and that's KJ.
If Servassier gets hurt, I'm okay that they'll be fine. They'll be fine this year. Much better. Will Mad says, yes, will the cabal at ESPN recognize Clemson as number 1? That's interesting. I think ESPN honestly hates Florida State. I don't think they hate the the ACC. I think they just let the SEC, they kowtow to the SEC and they let them run amok over the ACC. But I think more than that, ESPN, we've told you this for a long time, folks. ESPN hates Florida State because Florida State tried to leave the conference and blow up their media rights deal with the ACC, which would have cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's why they hate FSU. That's why they snubbed FSU. It's completely political. And it was about money and power. Said, yeah, you want to come after our money? We'll do whatever we want, including snubbing an undefeated conference champion team for the first time ever. Don't get it twisted. That's what it's about. Rick comes at me and says, JP sips IPAs while wearing his ascot. First of all, I have no ascot. I will never wear an ascot. So is drinking IPAs elitist? I think I don't know. I would say it's more, it's more manly to have an IPA. It's got more alcohol in it.
I wouldn't say it's more manly.
It's got a bigger kick to it.
I don't want to
drinking a light. If you're drinking Coors Light, I'm coming at you.
My Miller Lights and my Busch Lights have never steered me wrong, JP, ever. No, and I do. There's sometimes it depends what they look. Sometimes there's a look of a person who drinks an IPA.
Okay, no, I'll get you.
There's different. This is so technical now. There's like subsections of people who drink IPAs. There's subsections.
You're right. Yeah. There's beer snobs. Like
that's probably. I'll put it that way. Beer snobs.
Beer snobs. That can tell you the exact region of the hops that this particular craft beer was made. Like, I don't need all that, bro. All that. I just like a hearty beer that packs a punch. Like I just can't like Michelob Ultra. Like, what are we doing there? Very beta. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Nathan Elliott says, sorry, guys. Mahomes reminds me of a fighter who's been carried by his manager past his prime. The NFL has been carrying the KC cheats for far too long. Watch the videos online holding non-calls. You can't. It's hard to argue that. I mean, it's getting a little wrestly. If I can use that word. Make it up. Heineken or Guinness is the rest is for the lady boy. Wow, Thomas. That's much. So one of the funniest things I saw, and I was going to get the audio for it today, but I might just roll it here off the microphone. So did you see this guy who is the greeter at the Scottish Open?
I did not.
So, there's always a private entrance for the players, and they'll come up through a private area, and some places will have greeters, people to welcome them in. Well, the Scottish Open, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but so as all the golfers come through, he'll have just a quip for all of them. And I'm not sure how well this is going to play. I should have the video for you, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So we'll do it. See if this works. Ta-ta-da.
Welcome to the Genesis Scottish Open. You're a flaming skillet of sporting prowess. Wow, indeed. Shoulders back, own it. Welcome to the Genesis Scottish Open, sir. Thank you. You're like a plucky hero from an animal-based Disney adventure. You're welcome.
Plucky hero.
You've got the best eyebrows I've seen in all of my time. Punctuation for the face. All day I will.
Punctuation for the face.
You are one delectable slice of cheesecake. You like cheesecake? You have an admirable northern grit, but you slink like Bowie. You have a very shrewd gaze. You have a disarming smile. You are one delectable chicken stick. There he is. How are you? Hey, I like what you've got going on. Adorable baby mullet.
Adorable.
You're a tight, beefy medallion. Top swagger, full well you know it. Nothing's going to surprise you today, is it? Welcome to the Genesis Scottish Open. You have wonderful natural posture on your shoulders. Are all the way back. Stop it. Jan Morby sends his regards. Thanks very much. Very welcome. Okay. That's good. Those shorts are putting in a wonderful shift.
Oh, it goes on and on. I put that on my Twitter.
You are a delectable. What is it? Delectable cheesecake.
Delectable cheesecake. Oh, Schultz are putting in a full shift. It's outstanding. I don't know if he's some type of Scottish comedian or whatever, but that is funny stuff. So we'll leave you with that today. Thank you guys for joining us as always. Sorry for the audio issues early on. We got those ironed out, but my monologue on the Rays probably wasn't worth it anyway. But we'll you can always go back and listen to everything else. Jason Romano joined us from the All-Star festivities. That should be fun. Don't miss the Home Run Derby tonight, although I wish Junior Caminero would miss the Home Run Derby tonight. But we wish him the best. We'll be cheering for him. I hope he puts on a show and keeps it rolling into the second half. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity. We've got some good guests coming up this week. Coach Brian Hodgson will join us in studio tomorrow from USF. He's done a hell of a job in this offseason putting together the 29th ranked recruiting class. Got a whole new team. So join us for that tomorrow. He'll be in studio. We'll see you then.